everyone, I'm Yuki from International Business.
Hi, I'm Merritt Aljets.
Hi, thank you for coming back to the Advanced Business English. Today we are going to talk about some of the English expression. And today's word
Is Mark Twain.
Yes, you have a picture.
I do, and this is a magazine that was published by Time Incorporated on the life of Mark Twain. One of his sayings that is interesting is, kindness is a language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see.
Yeah, the first word is kindness is a language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see. Yes, what does that mean?
People who are deaf and blind, we often have a hard time communicating with people who can see and hear. And in this case, kindness is being kind to them, and they will then respond in kindness to everyone else.
Yes.
Because they can understand the feeling that is given by acting kind.
Yes, so the kindness, you don't need any word. If you are kind, even the blind people can understand, and also the deaf people can understand. So kindness is a universal language all over the world.
And one of the reasons Mark Twain came up with this was because he was friends with Helen Keller.
Oh, I see.
The famous lady who was blind and deaf. And he spoke with her many, many times and actually helped her in some of her learning. And he learned himself then that kindness was important.
Oh, that's why. Yeah, that's a great thing to know.
The second one is, the human race has one really effective weapon, and that is laughter.
Second word for today is the human race has one really effective weapon. That is laughter. Yeah, please explain that one.
Well, Mark Twain, in his books, are known mostly for humor. That's the popular view.
Right.
But if you read his books, like Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer,
Right.
you find in there that there are really explanations of social problems and events that he covers with laughter, but
Sure.
they are really serious topics.
Yeah, Tom Sawyer, we learn, like in Japanese people, we learn in a textbook. And that is very like a silly story, but it has a very deep meaning. But actually it has a management meaning.
Yes, and Huckleberry Finn takes that even a little farther.
Right.
One of the primary issues in Huckleberry Finn is slavery.
Right.
But it still has humor and laughter
Right.
in the book.
Really?
Yeah. And he is saying that if you look at things in a broader way and in a sort of humorous way, if you can laugh at something, you can understand it better.
Yes, that's exactly.
And you can maybe not take it so seriously.
Yes.
At the same time, you are showing that it is an important topic.
Yes.
It's a little bit complicated, but that's what he's doing. And he does that in many of his books.
I see. So Mark Twain's book is very well read in America.
Yes, and he was probably one of the most popular writers. He was born, of course, in 1835.
Right.
And most of his writings took place in the late 1800s, and he died in 1910. But he was not only popular in America, but all over the world.
Yes, exactly.
His daughter, one time, when they were taking a trip to Europe, they were meeting various people, royalty and so forth. And she told him, well, Papa, pretty soon there won't be anybody famous for you to meet besides God. Because he had met so many of the kings and the queens and the Russian Tsar and the people in Egypt, and he traveled. If you read his book, The Innocents Abroad, that's his a very good place to start, and it's showing how he traveled. But he traveled all over the world.
I see. I didn't know about it.
And later, Following the Equator is another of his books. And in there he talks about Australia, New Zealand, and India, and gives some of the situation that was happening there. And again, it gets back to our first saying, laughter. He does put in some laughter, but it's also explaining the social conditions of those countries at the time. And this was the late 1800s when he was writing that.
Well, Helen Keller, she was American?
Helen Keller, yes. Yes, she was blind and deaf when she was born, and so she had to have a helper to learn the language and how to speak, and she became very educated person later in her life.
Yes. Okay, thank you very much for today's word. So today's word, the first one is kindness is a language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see. The second one is the human race has one effective weapon, and that is the laughter. So which means the takeaway from this one is if you are kind, kindness is a universal language. And second, among many languages, laughter is probably the most effective language, which you can erase any kind of misunderstanding. Thank you. Thank you for watching for Advanced Business English. Again, I'm Yuki from International Business.
And I'm Merritt Aljets.
Thank you, and see you again next week.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye.